LazyDude99 could not be here, as he is on the run from a homicidal clown. However, he has left this video for your enjoyment. Enjoy. Man, is it good to hear that music again. Hello everybody, I'm LazyDude99. Welcome to another review. Today, we are reviewing Jurassic World. Holy moly, this is very interesting, as I didn't know what to make when I first saw trailers for Jurassic World. You know, when I saw it, they were interesting, but I wasn't really sure what I was going to get with this movie. I knew that we were going to get a new type of dinosaur, didn't really know how I feel about that. I was wondering if this was going to be more gimmicky than actual feel like Jurassic Park. So I was like worried but interested. So I didn't really necessarily know how I was going to feel about this movie going in. So let's just basically dive into the story. We got these two boys who are nephews to this woman who helps run the new park, Jurassic World. This is it's been like so many years after the first Jurassic Park. It is an ongoing attraction. People are coming to the park and seeing dinosaurs, and they're like, oh man, this is cool and whatnot. But, in order to boost sales, they've decided to make a new dinosaur. That's right, they decided to make a new dinosaur called the Indominus Rex, which is just as big as a T-Rex and supposedly a little bit more dangerous because it's more intelligent. So we got Chris Pratt's character, this guy named Star-Lord. Owen. No, I'm just kidding. To be honest, I was really worried that he was going to just repeat his Star-Lord character and just do that. And I was like, oh, he's just going to be Star-Lord but dressed up like Dr. Grant. But you know what? Actually, I'll get more into that later, but he's actually pretty good. So he goes to check out this new dinosaur, and they find out that he's much more intelligent than he had given it credit for, and this dinosaur sets off on a rampage to find out where he fits in the food chain. So this is an odd mixture for me, because on the one hand, let me just say at the beginning of this movie, I wasn't actually really digging it that much. I didn't like Bryce Dallas Howard's character, and then she was a little bit too stuck up. I didn't really like the kids' characters, because I never really liked kids' characters that much in Jurassic Park. I remember saying to myself, wow, when Timmy is like the ideal kids' character in a Jurassic Park movie, that's when you realize, oh, they're not. But eventually they started, because the reason I didn't like them is because they were a little bit cliched. You got the hyper-active little kid that's like, oh, wow. And then the thing that bothered me the most is we got a teenager who's just trying to not care about anything. He's always texting. And I'm like, are you kidding me? There's giant dinosaurs walking around. There's a scene where they're looking at the T-Rex eating a goat, and he's like, yeah, hello, answering his cell phone. I'm like, dude, there's a T-Rex, a screen away from you, and you're just, chatting on your cell phone? No, I think you can let that go to voicemail. I guess it was his mom, and she told him not to. But anyway, the movie didn't pick up for me until we got Chris Pratt's character. Because, as I said, I was a little worried that he was going to be playing a little bit of a Star-Lord just in a Jurassic Park movie. I don't think he is. I think he's playing a different type of character. We got him, and we got Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays the villain human character who wants to use raptors for the military, and Chris Pratt is the raptor trainer, and he's just starting to make progress. It's not how we thought it was in the trailer, where it's just like, oh, the raptors are just, they're trained dogs, they're not, where's the threat for them, they're not that threatening anymore. And I was thinking, I'm sure that's kind of really cool, actually, because there's a scene where one of the guys falls into the pit, and the raptors are almost on him, and Chris Pratt has to go save him. And I'm just like, oh yeah, so these raptors are still dangerous. They're still very dangerous. They're still very they're not someone that you want to mess with. They'll still eat you. It's not like they're little trained dogs just yet. Anyway, so we have this whole thing going on where the Indominus Rex escapes, and then people are hunting him down. And it's played a little bit like Jaws, where people are like, we have the situation under control, let's just send this. And Chris Pratt's the only one saying, don't do that, they're going to die. And everyone's like, well, you're not in charge here. And they're like, well, you're not in control here either, sort of thing. And, it hits on notes that we've all kind of heard before, but they're not bad ones. I mean, like, there's a lot of interesting things that we get from that. The Indominus Rex I want to talk about the CGI, because some of it's good, We got the underwater dinosaur scene. The underwater dinosaur is really good. The Indominus Rex is okay, but it's a little fake looking. The raptors are great, but almost every other dinosaur looks off. I've come more and more to the realization for CGI is Mad Max really opened my eyes a little bit. Like I always said, if you can do it in CGI, if you can do it in live action, do it in live action. If you can't do it in live action, then use CGI. But one thing that came to mind is CGI should be a tool to make the audience believe that something is there, not a reminder for when something isn't there. And that's what I get a lot of the times. Whenever I see a CGI dinosaur, I'm just like, that's another reminder that it's not there. And you might as well, come on. They couldn't use animatronics for all of these dinosaurs. They're huge. I'm like, no, they couldn't use it for all of them. But you know what? Look at Jurassic Park. There was a robotic T-Rex there. There was. It was spliced with CGI. They used part CGI, part animatronics. And it's not like Jurassic World was on a small budget. I mean, come on. This is Jurassic. If they can get the money for Jurassic Park to do it before it was even super famous, they can get the money for Jurassic World. Don't give me anything like that. But yeah, some of the dinosaurs look really bad. I'm just like, oh, no, I don't like this. I mean, not like Jurassic Park 3 bad, but Jurassic Park 2 bad. No, I actually think Jurassic Park 2 looked a little bit more realistic. That just might be my recency in my head, and I have the recency of Jurassic World and not the recency of The Lost World. Anyway, but at the very least, I can say one thing that this movie does really well is its tension. Because one thing that I applauded for is the tension comes at just like random moments. Like where you think they're just like in the middle of a conversation, and boom, the Indominus Rex shows up. You're like, whoa, what is that? Whoa, I wasn't prepared for this. My mind was not in the mindset to get into tension mode, A lot of movies these days just like foreshadow the tension scenes. Like even looking back to the old Jurassic Park, when the kids are just sitting around the table and they're eating food and they're all smiling, and you're like, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. You have that in the back of your mind, at least. There are some scenes where I'm like, they're just in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a humongous tail. I'm like, whoa, I wasn't ready for that. There's a lot of cool scenes later on. We got the pterodactyls terrorizing people. That looks pretty cool, really cool, actually. I'm gonna wrap up the regular portion of this review, and I'm gonna go to the spoilers. I want to say that Jurassic World is not better than Jurassic Park. It's better than the other two sequels. Because one of the things that I will say this movie it is actually about something. Jurassic Park, the first one, was all about, can you control nature? Is nature actually in your control? Or will nature always be in chaos because that's just the way of the thing? There's this whole thing where in the first Jurassic Park where there's this life finds a way sort of thing, so as people can actually control nature, and that's an interesting question. What was Jurassic Park 2 about? It was kind of archaeologists versus not archaeology. It was kind of observers versus people who interfere with the environment, kinda. it wasn't really. It was just another excuse to see dinosaurs, and let's see more and more. In Jurassic Park 3, all it was an excuse. Jurassic Park 3 isn't about anything. It is just about people on an island with dinosaurs. Sure, you can do that, but can you be people on an island with dinosaurs and have it be about, actually something? This one is. It's about going back to the themes of can you control nature, is playing God with nature. They made this. And I love how Chris Pratt's character talks about the Indominus Rex, how this is a creature who doesn't have any natural instincts because its natural instincts aren't natural, because it isn't natural. It doesn't know where it fits in this world, It doesn't know its place on the food chain, as he says. And he just so he's tearing everything up to see where he fits. Or she, I should say she. It's a she. And that I find really interesting. How we got this humongously powerful, smart, intelligent beast, and it's all about to change the way the world is set up. Because, we have humans at the top of the food chain, and other animals, blah, 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 blah. And this is something that could, in the end, it's only one animal, so it's not going to threaten the food chain in that resort, but okay, I'm going on and on. So, another thing that's interesting to point out is the fact that we have a lot of humor in this. In a lot of ways, the humor is, very Marvel movie-esque, but, there's a lot of funny scenes. And I don't know, it's weird. They're funny. I actually laughed at a lot of the jokes and stuff going on, but I'm just like, people are dying. Sheesh. I don't know, it's kind of conflicting. It's not bad because I'm laughing at it and it is bringing levity, but I'm just like, wait a minute, would these people be making jokes at times like this? Sometimes they're not making jokes. Sometimes their regular actions are actually funny, but it's what they're doing that we're finding funny. They're not, cracking a joke. But other times there's a scene where the kids just make it out and nearly get killed by the Indominus Rex. And they just go out, and then they get away, and they start laughing. They're like, oh, we made it. I'm just like, I don't know about you, but if that was me, I'd be more like, we made it! We're alive! Oh my gosh, we're alive! Anywho, all in all, I would say that this movie has a shaky beginning and a decent middle and a really good climax. There is one scene that I'm just like, I don't really care about. But there's a lot of things that I actually find really interesting about the movie. There's a lot. The characters I actually think are okay, and Chris Pratt is actually pretty good. Although there is kind of a love relationship between his character and Bryce Dallas Howard's character, and I'm just like, does it need to be there? It's not bad, it's just unnecessary, I guess, whatever. Maybe they'll develop it more in the sequels that apparently Chris Pratt has been signed on to do. Anyway, as not a reboot, but a sequel that is taking the franchise in another direction, I think Jurassic World actually does a pretty good job. It gives us new characters, new things to look at, new questions to answer, and I think that overall it's a pretty good film. The last act of this movie is pure awesomeness. It is absolutely incredible, and it takes you for a real wild ride. So that is why, in all, I'm giving Jurassic World a 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. It's not an amazing movie, but the Jurassic Park movies never were absolutely amazing. Even the Jurassic Park. Well, okay, I think I gave Jurassic Park a 9 out of 10 when I originally saw it. When I did my Jurassic Park review. But, the first Jurassic Park is amazing. The sequels have not been that good, so Jurassic World is a really good movie. It's a good movie, and there's nothing wrong with being a good movie. Some people might say, whoa, give it a higher rating, man. I'm just like, well, there's not a whole lot that this movie does different than other movies. I was glad that I didn't find the Indominus Rex gimmicky, and I was so glad how the ending turned out, and I think everyone was. But I would say that, for the most part, this movie's just a good movie. You know, it's fun. It's a fun watch. It's good. And that's what I have to say about that. And now it's time to go on to the spoilers part of this review. I definitely don't want you guys to watch this if you haven't seen the movie yet. It's a good movie. Go check it out. This is stuff that I just want to talk about just for the spoilers. Holy crap, that final fight! Oh, wow! As soon as she's like, open these doors, I'm like, whoa. And then she lights the flare. And I'm just like, yes, bring it on, bring them on. And then out comes the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And he gives the wrong roar. Oh, I'm sorry, but he gives the wrong roar every single time. They cut to him. They give a Tyrannosaurus Rex roar, but it's not the Tyrannosaurus Rex roar. It's not the... It's you know, it's a good one. It's probably the second best, but it's not the triumphant roar that, let's say, he gives when he's, you know, as the banner falls down, which they go back to the old Jurassic Park. That is cool. It's a good homage, and it's really cool. Although, I'll get to that in a bit, but we got the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex fighting. I'm like, this is awesome. And then the T-Rex is down, and it looks like he's going to be defeated, and I should have known better, but I'm just like, they did it again. They actually downgraded the T-Rex. They used him to say, oh, look how cool the Indominus Rex is, right? Wrong! Because out comes a raptor! Because the staples of Jurassic Park throughout all of them have always been, except for the third one, has always been T-Rex and raptor. Big dinosaur, smaller dinosaur, but, you know, smarter sort of thing. And so a raptor jumps on the Indominus Rex, and the final raptor out of the ones that he has trained, blue, and I'm just like, yes, you go! And then the T-Rex gets up, and they're fighting up, boom, boom, boom! And I'm like, it's the combined team up of a T-Rex and a raptor that have to take down this part raptor, part T-Rex hybrid. I'm like, that is awesome. And so then he got him cornered, and he's like, Rah! And also the Leviathan, or I know it has an actual name, but the Leviathan of a beast comes out. That thing ate well this week. My goodness. And it was like, I'm like, whew. That was awesome. That entire final fight scene was absolutely incredible. I mean, it's like, it made me like, I started applauding in the theater. I started clapping, and a couple of people almost joined in. And I was just so amazed by that. So that really is what bumps up. That final act is absolutely incredible. It's awesome. Now, for a couple of the complaints that I have that I want to get at, there are some times where, you know, showing the whole Jurassic World park, and I'm just like, wow, isn't this nice and whatnot? And I'm just like, oh wait, look, we got, what's this? We got people on kayaks going down a river, and there's stegosauruses there, which they are not fenced. I'm sorry, do these people want people to die? I mean, look, I'm not an expert on how dinosaurs react in the real world, but I do know how they act in Jurassic Park too. They attacked a woman and nearly killed her. And they have spikes. You know, this is to me the same danger level as putting people on a tour without on a tour in the Sahara without a vehicle, without being in a vehicle, just walking around and saying, oh, let's look at the rhinoceros. That is dangerous. The rhinoceros is not going to eat you, but if it feels like you're crouching in on its territory or for a number of reasons, it could just attack you and kill you. So I'm like, there's a couple things like that where I'm just like, okay, there's nobody that would do that. And you know what though, there are some stuff that I like. Like, okay, the whole let's use raptors in the military thing, that's kind of been done, sure. But the way they do it, actually, you actually think, okay, what if these were used in the military? Man, would that be an advantage? Because at first I'm just like, what? You're going to use raptors in the military? I mean, why would you do that? And then they have the entire scene where the Indominus Rex turn the raptors against them, which I'm like, uh-oh, holy crap. And then they come at these people and they like devour them. You're like, yeah, raptors would be immensely powerful. Well, it depends on the battlefield. They wouldn't be great in Afghanistan, let's say that, because there's no tall grass. Okay, you have in the beginning of the movie, the kids go up to their aunt and like, what, you're not spending time with us? Aw, that sucks. I'm like, guys, okay, I don't care how old you are. Like, let's say if I was a kid and I was going to Disneyland and my aunt was taking me and she said, oh, I can't actually spend time with you, I gotta go do this. I wouldn't be like, oh, why? I'd be like, okay, whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do. I want to ride the rides. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I would do. These kids are not kids who should really care that much. Even if they haven't seen their aunt in a long time, they're not the age that that stuff should really care to them. They're just like, whatever, let's see cool dinosaurs. And the boy with his cell phone, when he's on his cell phone and like, there's dinosaurs right in front of you, are you nuts? I don't think that, let me put it this way. Zoos have been around forever. Zoos are still, like, maybe not in the best condition, as better than anything, but zoos are still doing well, I would say, because they're still in business. A lot of them are still in business. So if people have not gotten tired of animals that have been on this planet for a very long time, why would they be getting tired of dinosaurs? I don't think Jurassic Park, if it ever opened up, or Jurassic World in this case, I don't think if it ever opened up, that would ever become a problem. I don't think it would not become a problem. I don't think Jurassic World would ever lose interest. Maybe if it had been open for I guess we don't know how long it's been open. Because let's say Jurassic Park 3 came out in when? About 2003? I don't know. That's when Jurassic Park 3 came out. Anyway, Jurassic Park 3 came out around that time. So, if the park, let's say, was put into production, starting to be built around that time, I guess it could be about open for 10 years. Even if it was 10 years, though, I don't see that being enough time for people to get bored of dinosaurs. I still see that Jurassic Park would be a big tourist spot for a very long time. And I don't see how anyone would ever stop. If people haven't gotten bored of SeaWorld, they're not going to get bored of Jurassic Park. One of the things I like how they bring back one of the doc. This one doctor played just like a bit role in this one movie in Jurassic Park. He plays like this bit role, and all of a sudden he's like a major character that all of a sudden has a lot more importance than he did before. I think it's Dr. Wynn. I don't remember. But now, he's the guy that is doing all the genetic. He's the guy responsible behind all the genetic tampering, and then you gotta wonder, what else is he doing? We see his lab, and I'm like, what else is he doing? This character is a lot more important than I ever thought he was. I thought he was just one of the scientists. No, but now he's the lead scientist, and he's the one that is responsible for all this genetic modifications. And we still don't know the rival company from the first movie that is. Oh, I remember watching. We have Crack.com. They had the biggest things happening in Jurassic Park franchise. I'm like, okay, and one of them was the fact that there's a rivalness within InGen. Some scientists want to do this, and sometimes that I really actually find cool. I want to see when this movie gets to do sequels. I want to see what they do with that doctor. Because I want him to actually have a major character arc. Like, I don't know what they can, because obviously now nobody's ever going to open another theme park. I would like to see what would happen in the next stage. Okay, we have seen what dinosaurs would be like in the real world. You know what they can be used in real world purposes. I would want to see the result of that, where we got this genetics war, where we got maybe raptors and used more and in military operations, or maybe something like that. I would like to see how these creatures would affect the world around them. I think that's the next place to go. We can't just do another, let's see dinosaurs on an island. You can't do that again. We can't really do another theme park thing like Jurassic Park did it, Jurassic World did it. To do it again, like, there's a scene where she sees that one of the guys is wearing something that says Jurassic Park, and she's like, don't you think that's disrespectful? I'm like, disrespect? You just switched one word in your title. I mean, if you were really gonna do this whole thing like, we respect those people who died on Jurassic Park, wouldn't you have at least, named it something that didn't have the word Jurassic in there? Call it the Cretaceous Period attraction. I don't care. But Jurassic World is not that different, and I don't. And then we see the old Jurassic Park. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. And we get to see like the banners still there on the floor. I'm like, shouldn't a lot of this stuff have been salvaged? I mean, there's a scene where they go and there's all the old Jeeps from the first Jurassic Park. I'm just like, this stuff should have been salvaged, Like, they didn't ever think when they rebuilt Jurassic World to, I don't know, let's check to see if there's any supplies in the old place to see if that has any cool stuff or any stuff that we can use. I don't know. Or maybe we can refurbish that facility or something. I don't know. It's been there for like 20 years since the first Jurassic Park or something like that, and I guess not. But I would have figured they'd at least do something with it. Make it up and put a plaque to here's for the people who died at Jurassic Park, sort of thing. I think that's what a company would do. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I don't even know if I'm on a topic anymore. We're just really talking about the movie. I think the movie is really good. I think it's a good movie. It's not amazing. It's not like game-changing. I'd say I enjoyed this movie more than I enjoyed the Godzilla remake. And I'm interested in what they got ahead for these dinosaurs. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But for right now, I'm LaserDude99. If I don't like it, it's not worth it. Adios, amigos.
Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel. And wait for more coming soon.